ever think it could be possible.
What is your biggest highlight of your career?
I appear on Billboard and I was like, wait, what?
Models, artists, and creators shaping today's fashion culture.
Oh, like I would love to be in front of a camera.
You know, someone whose journey has been very inspiring, powerful, and full of personality.
And it wasn't until I was reached out.
What's your funniest moment?
There was this one time.
Okay, hi everyone. Welcome back to the Mirror Magazine podcast. As you know, we're always bringing you models, artists, and creators shaping today's fashion culture. Now, today, I have a special guest. You know, someone whose journey has been very inspiring, powerful, and full of personality. Guys, please help me welcome Nina to the show. Nina, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It's cold over here in Texas, so I'm like a little
Really?
covered up, but yes, it's so cold. And usually, I mean, it's kind of around the time where we start getting those cold weathers, but it
Okay.
usually doesn't happen until maybe like late January, so it's kind of getting used to it a little bit. It's always so
Crazy.
bipolar over
I
here.
think Yeah, I think it's the opposite for us in Cape Town because November, December, and Jan are like our hottest months.
Really?
Yes.
That is
So
so
this is
crazy.
the time we go to the beach every day.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. Wow. That's
It's
cool.
very hot.
The summers, obviously, for I would say, well, usually all year round, it's pretty hot. It's really rare that we get cold weather, but when we get it, like it gets cold.
Like, do you shoot around these times? Like when it's extremely cold, like do you just still shoot?
Yeah, I mean the weather doesn't if it's like super bad weather where maybe it's like the streets are too cold to be driving and there's ice on the road and stuff, then obviously we won't do anything because
Yeah.
traveling can be, a little bit scary. But since I do more of indoor, shoots and stuff, it doesn't really affect too much if we have any
Okay. Now
projects.
before we dive into the madness, I want to talk about your modeling. Like, how did it begin? You know, what made you want to model?
I've always, just growing up, watching TV, you see all these pretty, tall girls that either they're modeling for makeup or clothing, TV shows, movies, and it just
Oh,
always
which TV shows?
just a lot growing up. I would grow up with like kid shows, but just the way that they would be presented, it was just like, oh, like I would love to be in front of a camera, or it would just be, just like things like that. And I didn't ever think it could be possible. Um, so I wouldn't say it's something that I pursued like 100%. It was something that I've always had in the back of my mind. And it wasn't until I was reached out to where it was like this can be possible for you. I see your potential, and it took off from there.
And like when did you start?
So I started in 2023. I was reached out by Cesar, who is 440 Films, and it's funny because he reached out to me when I was at a beach, and so my signal was terrible. I had seen the whole message, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't respond because I even tried like liking the message just to like show that I acknowledged it, and it was like nothing was going through. And I think it wasn't until I think like 2 hours later I responded to him, and he was like, "Oh, I thought you were just ignoring me," or like he was like, "No, no, I just had no signal at the time." But
Yeah.
I would be honored. I was excited to work with him, and since then, like we just took off. And I wasn't, obviously nothing is planned in life, but I
Yes,
did
for
not
sure.
expect to be here today where I'm at. So it's been a crazy, amazing journey so far.
And like since let's say you have been discovered, and for someone that wants to be a model, do you think applying to agencies is as simple as people making out to be? Like finding the perfect model? Like what would be your advice on that?
Well, I've had some help, like I said, with Sevsa. He's been more like helping guide me. I think if I were to have done this alone, I
Yeah.
probably would have, I mean, everybody, who has never been in that industry and doesn't really know or have like a friend or someone who can guide you probably could make plenty of mistakes. Um, I'm so thankful that I have, guidance, because I don't think I could even be here right now, like, chatting with you. I don't think I could do it
Yeah.
by myself. So definitely lots of research for sure, but it would be nice to even reach out to someone and make a friend to where they have either
Mm,
that access or that guidance for you, so you're just not completely lost in knowing agency, whether it's like a friend or maybe someone who's already in as a model themselves. For
yeah,
sure
to
I
go
would.
to film, sure.
Yeah, for sure it would be 100% more helpful than going in blind.
Yeah, and speaking with a lot of models that I've had an opportunity to also interview on the podcast, some have stories about meeting photographers that have other intentions or agencies that maybe don't align with their values and morals. So I want to ask, like, how is your experience been with film working with them? How has that been like?
Well, with the photographer, I've worked with several photographers in the past,
Mhm.
little shoots here and there, but I would say like my most the experience with 440 films has been like amazing. Like the communication's amazing. We always have our goals aligned, and I think that's really important, because if you go into something that you don't really have a set goal, it it's kind of just like there's no point, there's no
Point.
purpose. So, working with a photographer or agency, you have to have like that mindset of like reaching that goal, and set yourself a goal so you can eventually climb up that ladder and, I did it or whatnot. Um, I would just say, I mean, it's been such a journey, and I can't say that everyone might have that luck of finding a great photographer where everything just aligns for you. But
Yeah.
definitely, like, for some green flags on that, you just the communication and the same goals. We have lots of photographers who just want to take pictures and then just use them, and then it's like it doesn't benefit really the model themselves.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice. Nice. And like, what is the craziest idea you guys have come up with, like, yeah, as a team?
So obviously on social media, there's lots of, whether it's other models, like famous models, they do certain shoots, and we're like, let's try and recreate this. Or it could just be something that I see, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want to redo this, but I want to do it my own version. Or my photographer's like, I can visualize you doing this, and we do it, and it's just like a hit.
Amazing.
And yeah, of course lots of inspo from social media, but it's just, I would say, for the most part, most of our inspos have just been up above our expectations. If it's hit, like it's just amazing.
Speaking of crazy ideas, I went through your. I saw you have a shoot with a snake. Now, was it real? Like, is that a problem?
Yes, I know. I've had so many people tell me that, and they are just like, "Did you do an AI photo shoot?" And I was like, "No, like
Yeah.
I really did the shoot." Yeah, no, it's something that was actually out of my, I would say, a little bit out of my comfort
Were you
zone.
scared?
Yeah, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I it was like, you know what? It's Halloween. I have to do something very creative, very out there, and that was our idea, and it was just, I would say that's one of my shoots that we did that exploded. Like my photographer was like, Nina, everyone's talking about this, and people that I interact with on the daily have like, oh my god, like this
I
is
was also
unreal.
intrigued. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it was something that kind of, I think, started just now it's like, okay, I already made it up here, so now I have to keep
Yeah,
going.
you need to keep climbing up the ladder. Now, is there
Yeah.
what's your funniest moments that you've had on set? Well,
There was this one time that I was shooting a certain outfit, and it was for this brand that I was collaborating with, and we were shooting for a while, and I don't know what happened. I think it was maybe just we were using so much electricity at the time. I don't know. It was one of those really hot summer days, and we were shooting, and then just everything went out. Like the lights went out, like the power went out, the cameras, like everything. We were like mid shoot, and just it was pitch black, and we are like, wait, what happened? Yeah, it was crazy, and we had to wait a
no way.
while to continue shooting. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was like what? Like, and it was super hot too, so there was like no AC, no air condition. So we were
oh,
like, okay, I think we need to take a little break and just kick
mm,
back when, the power's back on.
oh my gosh.
But it was
Now,
mid
have
shoot.
such a powerful journey where you've done the crazy shoots with snakes and you've been on magazine covers, you've had the funniest experience on set. What is your biggest highlight of your career?
My biggest highlight of my career. Honestly, I would have to say my billboard. I was on a billboard recently, and
Yeah.
I yeah, in New York. And it was, yes, I was, when it was even brought up to me, honestly, no, I didn't even know it was ever going to happen. I didn't even have an
Yeah.
idea. I just knew that something was coming, something was happening in New York. And I'm like, okay, like, sure. I can't think of anything, right? Like, what's going to happen in New York? And then, my photographer gets to New York, and he tells me, "Hey, are you available for a FaceTime?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Like, let me just get home really quick because I was barely getting home." I get home, I set up, my iPad, and then he calls me. He's like, "Oh, are you available?" I'm like, "Yeah." So I answer the call, and then he like flips the camera to Times
Oh
Square,
my
and he's like, give it 1 minute, and we're chit chatting, and then all of a sudden, I appear on a billboard, and I was like, wait, what? Like, is this for real? Like, I could not stop smiling. I was like even shaking a little bit. Like, I was like, wait, is this for real? And he's like, yeah, like you're in New York, you're in Times Square. And I could not believe it. And I made a quick little video on my
God.
cell phone while I was on FaceTime through the
Yeah.
iPad, and I posted it, and it blew up as well. Like, everybody was like, "Wait, is that for real? Like, are you really in New York?" And I'm like, "I'm not physically New York, but I
But
am."
you are. You
Yeah,
are
I was
there,
like, "I'm there, not
aren't
maybe I'm."
you?
Yeah, so it was one of the biggest things that of my career, for sure, as a model. I never thought that it could happen within that time period. I thought maybe models, have to be doing this for decades or something for something like that to happen, but a lot of our hard work got recognized, and we got rewarded by being on a billboard.
Ooh, that's
Yeah, so
amazing.
yes.
So, still on the topic about things that change, maybe how you view careers, things. What's also a shoot that kind of change your confidence, your mindset, and your career?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that? I think it cut off a bit.
I was saying, like, still on the topic about changes that have happened in your. What's one shoot that your confidence and your mind about yourself, of course.
Um, I feel like every single shoot has
Hmm.
kind of pushed me to my next, just like that next level of confidence. Um,
Yes.
I could even say my very first shoot that I did. We did one shoot that was, I want to say it ran from 5 to 6 hours because we did several outfit changes,
Hmm.
and I would say it was my very first time working with Sessa, and we did that shoot. And as soon as I saw like the pictures, they weren't edited, of course, right? They were just the raw photos. I was like, wow, like this is something that I'm looking at the photos, and
Yeah.
just from seeing that alone, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm excited to keep going. I'm
Yeah.
excited to keep
Good
this
at
going.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this is like my first time actually like very professional, and just we were playing with different outfits. There's this one specific outfit. The Barbie movie had just came out,
Love
and
that.
I was like, okay, you know what? I think I want to do like something cute, like Barbie theme. And after seeing those photos, I was like, like I'm in love. Like I want to keep doing shoots like this. This is so much fun.
Ooh. Ah,
Yeah.
the bottom time was it was so nice. I was also like tempted to do my own shoots. Like a lot of people were just doing it, you know?
Yeah, it was just like trending that whole summer, and everybody was like pinked out and had their jewelry and just Barbied out.
I love that. Now, like, how do you also keep up with the pressure of like looking a certain way, especially on Instagram? I feel like
Yeah,
like how do you keep that pressure or maintain?
honestly, it's there was a lot of pressure in the beginning. I feel like I my confidence has just grown so much, and my little maintenance here and there, whether it's like my nails or my lashes, like doing my hair a certain way or my makeup a certain way, I've kind of grown into it where it's just become like a daily routine, like a lifestyle of mine. So I feel it's not as much pressure because I wake up every day and I want to look glammed out, or I wake up every day, I want to do a natural glam. I enjoy the process of getting ready for my day. I enjoy the process of getting a certain outfit, or even if it's like going to the gym, I want to look cute. I want to have my hair done. Like that's always been me in a sense. And I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
grown more, of course, since the modeling. And so I kind of fit it into my daily lifestyle, I feel. So it's just not too much pressure. But of course, I don't ever want to walk out of the house, maybe not with my hair done or with a cute outfit. I just like to just be put
That
together, if that makes
part.
sense.
Uh,
I just feel better about it, you know? And so if you feel better about how you look, your energy just gives off to other people, and they see that confidence.
Now, if a lot of people, your fans, and they're looking up to you, or they have been following you, and they just wonder, like, how do you look so gorgeous? Like, what's your go-to routine? Like, share it with the girlies. Let's
Uh,
hear. Yeah.
Yeah, my routine, my everyday routine. Well, I mean, it can vary. If I have a shoot that day, it might be a little more different than a regular day. But every
Okay.
day, for sure, I go in with my skincare. You know, you moisturize that SPF, especially out here in Texas. You know, we have a killer sun, and those rays are just not that great for your skin.
SPF is important.
Yes, so moisturize all the time with SPF, a good cleanser, and sometimes I'll go in with like an oil cleanser as well on my face just to help with just I do have like combination of oily and dry skin, depending on the weather, but for the most part, I have to take care of my skin because obviously my skin is what's projected on all these photos,
Yeah.
and so that's like every day, of course. And then if I'm preparing for a shoot, I will do like a face mask the night before just to help plump my skin, make it look hydrated, refresh. Sometimes a little bit of under eye pads. I don't know if you've known of those. Like
Love under iPads.
yes, yeah, just to give you like to be, awake, and then for sure I always, and I tell everybody this because I get so many questions on my hair, because my hair is mine and it's incredibly long. Everyone's like, "Okay, how do you maintain your hair?" I tell everybody this. It doesn't even really matter the brand, me personally, but doing a hair masks, I'm not sure if you've heard of them. They're like these little
Yeah, man.
packets. Yeah, they're like these little packets. So you do your regular shampoo and conditioner, and then it's like a lot of product in the hair mask, so you don't really even use a whole amount. You can use it like 3 times. So I like to do one once a week. And you basically just put it like on the ends of your hair. You leave it on for a good 5 to 10 minutes and you rinse off. And I promise you, like, your hair just feels softer. It's more easier to style, and it just looks shiny and healthy. And everyone's just like, is that your hair? Like, do you have hair extensions? And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, this is one thing that I'm incredibly proud of, like my long hair. And it's just that's honestly really the only maintenance that I do on my hair, that I can able like that it's able to look like this. You know what I mean? Everyone thinks I'm just always at the salon or something, like
Mm.
spending money, and I'm like, no, it's you can literally do this at home yourself.
Oh my gosh. That
Yeah.
that should be my question. Like that's the most important one. Your hair is so beautiful.
Because yeah,
So
I try to, do those monthly trims where it's just like a little bit, not too much, just because I do style it a lot with a lot of heat products and like tools. So I just try to maintain that healthy look, because I straighten it like crazy, I curl it like crazy. So obviously there's going to be some damage in the long run, but I
yeah,
try to my very best to, just keep it looking healthy and just looks amazing.
I see you on that. I hope someone takes that. Cause what? Like we all deserve like this hair. We all deserve hair. And
Yeah.
our rapid fire questions that I have for you. So simply, I'm gonna give you two options and ask you which one you want to choose. And yeah, that's how.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah. So first, thin eyebrows or thick.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Repeat. Hold on.
I,
Can you say that again? It cut off.
okay. Would you rather have thick eyebrows or thin eyebrows?
Thin.
Then I've been so tempted to actually do thin eyebrows because I've always had like thick eyebrows like my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just feel like thin eyebrows make that look.
Yeah, I mean, it's because naturally I have thin
Mm,
eyebrows, so I've never really been able to grow much hair there. So I feel
mm,
like I've just always had that thin look, and I don't know, I can't picture myself with super. I mean, everyone's different, right? If I had thicker eyebrows, I'm pretty sure it would look amazing, but
yeah.
unfortunately, I can't grow them that thick, so thin for me.
Now, or gym.
You keep cutting off. I'm so sorry.
Okay, wait. Spa
It's like it goes and comes.
as a final.
I think so.
Okay, now would you rather go to a spa or go to the gym? Oh,
Spa or gym?
spa gym.
It's so hard. I would say gym, just because that's kind of my everyday routine. I try to make that an everyday thing. So it's just something where it's like a mental thing for me, and then I feel good right after, and then just maintaining my mental state of mind and obviously physical as well.
Okay, go to the gym. Noted. I'm hitting the gym next year. That's part of my resolution.
Yeah, New Year's coming, so
Yes,
gym.
yes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so outdoor shoots.
Indoor, for sure.
Why?
Um, I don't know. I feel just more comfortable in like that big just lighting. I don't know. I Outdoor shoots, anything can go wrong. I mean, indoor shoots too, but it's just outdoor. I think nature can be more of your enemy, whether it's maybe, I don't know, a bird flying into you or the rain happening, or
Yeah.
something like that, versus indoor. It's more than likely nothing is gonna happen. Maybe just the lights go out on you like it did me, but it's
Okay.
more controlled. So I would say indoor.
Okay, now this question, I don't know. This like long hair or short hair. Um,
You're cutting off.
so long hair or short hair?
Long hair, short hair?
Yes. I
Long.
mean, duh.
Duh, long hair. Yeah, and I see you with your long hair too.
That, you know,
I was like, imagine if I say short. Would not make sense.
that would have been
You'd have been
diabolical.
like, okay, bye.
Over.
Over, bye. No, long hair for sure. For
Okay,
sure.
now our last question. So, runway or editorial shoots?
Editorial, I think it's hard.
Are you saying no to runway because of the high?
I mean, I just like, uh,
Too
I
much
would
work.
say it's just like more controlled. I feel I'm a very person that just likes being in
Yeah.
control and having more of like, okay, it's gonna go this way and that's how it's gonna go
Yeah.
versus runway, anything can happen. You can walk the runway and break a heel or trip, you know.
That's
So
actually great. I'll take that. I'll take that.
yeah. I mean, I would absolutely love to run the runway for sure, 100%. That's has to be something that I want to check off my bucket list.
Mm.
Running, walking a runway. But if it were just me being me and having that controlled setting, I would be like, okay, editorial.
Okay. And also, that's it for our rapid fire. And speaking about your bucket list, what are your future collabs, or let me say, future brands that you love to work?
One of like my current obsession brands right now is Fashion Nova. Like I am obsessed with Fashion Nova. Like my closet, I would say almost every piece that I
Is
own in my closet is Fashion Nova. Like to socks, to beanies, to hats, like everything. I even have jewelry pieces. I just love Fashion Nova so much. They just have so much of a variety where if you're
mm,
trying to do a certain style, Fashion Nova has it. So I would love, if that was even possible, I would
that
love to either partnership or work with them or have my own line. Oh, that would be a dream of mine. I would love that so much.
no, that is so like achievable. That is so possible. I could have, like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
couldn't.
no, 100%. I feel it is achievable. But of course it's just it's definitely a dream of mine for sure. Like I would say Fashion Nova was like up there.
And like, do you see yourself maybe working behind the camera one day, maybe owning your own agency or modeling studio? Is that a thing? But yeah, studio for model.
Uh, I mean, I haven't really thought that far out.
Okay,
I
just enjoy.
would love, yeah, I right now, I'm coasting. Maybe later on, I have ever since I was a little girl, I've always been into clothes. Like fashion has always been my thing, and I think anyone who knows me personally or has grown up with me knows that I'm just like a diva when it comes to fashion and clothes. So I would, yeah, I would love to maybe own, I don't know, maybe my own clothing line one day or a partnership with a well-known brand, like I said, Fashion Nova. And okay, like this is the Nina Antoinette line or something, and it's just like my personal inspo of certain pieces and how I would fashion them, like style them and everything. So I would definitely say just having maybe like my own brand, my own line, working with
Yeah,
a well-known brand.
because brands like Vogue. Oh, I want to get your take on Vogue's latest article,
Mm-hmm.
which asks like, is having a like embarrassing now? Like, are you dating?
I have a
What do you
boyfriend
think
and
about that? What do you think? Like, is having a boyfriend embarrassing now?
if I was single, maybe my answer would be different. But
Yeah,
I have been in a relationship for 4 years and
oh,
he's just amazing. He's so supportive.
I love that.
I could not agree with Vogue right now. Like, I'm sorry. I could not. He's one of my biggest supporters. I tell him all my ideas sometimes when I'm chit chatting with Cesar and we're okay, what should we do for Christmas or what should we do for your birthday? And we have all these ideas. And I'm like, okay, yes, let's do this and this. And then I'll go ahead after the phone call. I'm like, hey, babe, like, look, this is the inspo idea. And I'll show him. And he's like, oh, yeah, you would kill it. Like, you would look amazing. Like, I can already see it. And even like
Uh,
after my, yeah, even after my shoots, I'll see the edits, obviously raw and edit,
yeah.
and I'll show him like, look, this is like a little sneak peek, and he's like, you don't even need any editing, like you look amazing, and it's
Uh,
just it's wonderful. It's just awesome. It's a feeling that I can't really explain too much to someone who maybe hasn't been in a relationship or hasn't had that kind of connection. But I just could not agree with Vogue. I do not think I can't like it's he's
yeah.
amazing. He's amazing.
Oh, that's beautiful. And now to
Yeah.
close that, I just wanted you to give you the opportunity to give people that are inspiring to you, work with the biggest, work with the best photographers, and just like have a life where they can be and do what they love. What would your advice be for them?
Anyone who wants to get either in that industry, whether they're working with photographers or agencies, honestly, you have to do your research. Obviously, I would say social media is a big thing because you can see all their work as it is, what kind of models they have. Maybe there's certain kind of models, and maybe you might not fit into that category, or maybe they do only outdoor shoots, or whatever the case is. You have to go in thinking, okay, this photographer does amazing photos, but they're not for me. And it's okay to keep your search and your broad like open, because just because a photographer might take really good photos of, their content's like amazing,
Yeah.
it might not work for you, if that makes sense. So, and that's totally fine, because there's someone out there for your
Who's that's
style.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
so like don't get discouraged if you want to look a certain way, but that's not what you're comfortable with, or that's not really something that you want to work with. It's you just got to be comfortable and confident that there's a photographer out there for you. There's an agency out there for you. There's so many out there in this world today. So it's not all categorized, there's plenty for you to look. And just don't get discouraged, just keep looking, social media, TikTok, all of that. You can definitely find one that fits you specifically, or can help you into what you want to become eventually.
Thank you so much. And guys, you hear it from Nina herself. Said,
Yes.
"Courage, be confident, and do your research." And that's
Yes.
today's episode of the magazine podcast. I see you guys next time. Thank you, Nina.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye. Yes, you
Bye.
too. Bye bye.